The final word, letting go and allowing. You've been taught to chase. To hustle. To fight for what you want. But what if the most powerful thing you could do is the exact opposite? What if the universe isn't a locked door that you have to force open, but a flowing river that you simply need to step into? The core of this entire message is simple: manifestation isn't a struggle, it's a surrender. You are not broken, and you don't need to be fixed. The universe isn't holding out on you. The only thing standing in your way is your own resistance, the constant need to control, to doubt, to question, and to chase. The moment you stopped chasing something was the moment it began to chase you. That's the secret. It's not about giving up on your desires, it's about giving up on the struggle to obtain them. It's about shifting from the energy of, I need this, to, I already have this. So, what does this look like in your daily life? It means when you want something, you assume the feeling of already having it. You sit in that state of calm certainty. You live from that place of knowing. And when doubt creeps in, you don't fight it, you simply observe it and do nothing. You let it pass without reacting. This final step, making peace with the silence, is the hardest and the most crucial. It is the ultimate test of your faith and your trust in the process. The silence between your desire and its manifestation is not a void, it is a space for alignment. It is the universe working behind the scenes, rearranging itself to match your new energy. You have now been given the key. You can continue to live a life of struggle, or you can step into a life of effortless flow. The choice is yours. So, for one last time, let's lock this in. In your mind, declare it. In your heart, feel it. Let it be final. And from this moment on, begin to watch as the very things you once chased start chasing you. Because the most powerful thing you can do to get what you want is absolutely nothing at all. Now contrast that with another moment in your life. A time when something wonderful just happened out of nowhere. Maybe it was a chance encounter. Maybe it was money that flowed in unexpectedly. Maybe it was an opportunity that dropped into your lap when you weren't even looking for it. You didn't force it. You didn't chase it. You didn't obsess. And yet, there it was, almost like magic. Why does this happen? Why does life seem to resist us when we're desperate, but open up effortlessly when we're relaxed? Here's the truth: the more you chase, the more you declare that you don't already have it. And reality mirrors that declaration back to you. But when you let go, when you step into the state of already having it, reality has no choice but to align. This is the paradox: what you run after runs from you. What you allow flows to you. 2. Reality is a mirror. Most people live their entire lives not realizing one simple truth: life doesn't happen to you, life responds to you. Every thought, every emotion, every belief you carry is like a signal sent out into the universe. And reality mirrors it back to you with perfect accuracy. If you obsess over, where is it? Why isn't it here yet? You are living in the energy of lack. And so life says, okay, more lack. If you doubt yourself, if you assume things don't work out for you, life reflects that assumption back. But if you step into the state of already having it, something profound happens. Your inner world shifts, and because reality is a mirror, the outer world has no choice but to shift with it. Neville Goddard captured this when he said, assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, and that assumption, sustained, will harden into fact. Notice, he didn't say, hope for it. He didn't say, wish for it. He said assume it. Assumption is not begging. It's not pretending. It's knowing. When you assume something is already yours, you stop chasing it. You stop looking for signs. You stop wondering when. Because in your mind, it's already done. And that is the state reality mirrors back. The 10 principles of effortless receiving. So how do you actually live this way? How do you move from chasing to allowing, from struggle to flow? Let's break it down into 10 principles, each one a doorway into effortless receiving. 1. Stop chasing. The first step is to stop operating from, I need this to happen. Every time you think that way, you reinforce its absence. Imagine you already had what you wanted. Would you be checking every 5 minutes? No. You'd be relaxed. You'd be certain. You'd be enjoying life. So the key is to drop the chase. Stop asking, where is it? Stop checking for proof. Instead, embody the calm certainty of someone who already has it. That energy is magnetic. It pulls what you want toward you effortlessly. 2. Detach from the timeline. This is where most people get trapped. They say, I trust it's coming, but deep down, they're asking, when? 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 The moment you obsess over when, you are back in waiting mode. And waiting is the opposite of having. Detachment doesn't mean you stop caring, it means you trust. You understand that the timing is perfect, even if you don't see it yet. Just like a seed needs time to grow beneath the soil before sprouting, your desires need time to align. Don't keep digging up the seed to check if it's growing. Trust the process. 3. Release the how. Control kills manifestation. Your job is not to figure out how it will happen. That's life's job. Think about it, if you truly trusted that it was already yours, you wouldn't be stressing over the details. You'd allow the pieces to fall into place. When you release the how, you open yourself to possibilities bigger than your imagination. Life has a way of surprising you, but only if you stop micromanaging it. 4. Make peace with silence. This is one of the most powerful principles. There will always be a gap between your inner assumption and its outer appearance. That silence, that waiting period, isn't a failure. It isn't rejection. It's reality recalibrating itself around your new state. Most people collapse here. They say, nothing's happening. It's not working. And in that moment, they step right back into lack. But if you can sit in the silence with peace, you win. Because the silence is not absence, it's alignment. 5. Step into identity. Manifestation is not about asking, it's about becoming. If you want wealth, stop acting like someone who's broke, desperate, and waiting. Step into the identity of wealth. Carry yourself as someone who already has it. If you want love, stop chasing, doubting, and begging. Step into the identity of someone who is already loved. Reality mirrors who you are, not what you want. So shift your identity, and reality has no choice but to match it. 6. Stop looking for signs. This one is huge. Every time you look for proof, you're really saying, it's not here yet. And reality mirrors that. Think about it, when you order something online, you don't stand at the door all day waiting. You trust it's on the way. That's the energy you need to carry with your desires. Stop obsessing over signs. The biggest sign that it's coming is the fact that you already assumed it. That's enough. 7. Shift from need to preference. Need is rooted in lack. It screams, I am incomplete without this. And life reflects incompleteness. But preference is powerful. It says, I would love this, but I am whole either way. That state of wholeness is magnetic, it draws things to you effortlessly. The less you need, the more life gives. Because the signal you're sending is abundance, not desperation. 8. Live in ease. Manifestation isn't about waiting, it's about living. Fill your days with joy, purpose, and presence. Stop putting life on pause until your desire shows up. The more you enjoy now, the faster things align. Ease isn't laziness, it's alignment. When you live fully in the present, you signal that you already have everything you need. And from that energy, more flows. 9. Trust the unseen process. Just because you don't see it yet doesn't mean it isn't happening. Think of a tree. For months, it grows roots underground before you ever see a single sprout. If you judged it by what's visible, you'd think nothing was happening, but all the real work is happening out of sight. Your manifestations are the same. Just because you can't see movement yet doesn't mean nothing is shifting. Trust the unseen process. 10. The ultimate principle: do nothing, but believe everything. This is the final, and most powerful, principle you must grasp. Do nothing. Not because you don't care, but because you already know it's done. This isn't an act of laziness or apathy, it is a profound, active state of surrender. It is the culmination of all the previous steps you have learned. You have stopped chasing, you have surrendered the timeline, and you have made peace with the silence. Now, you arrive at the ultimate state of effortless being. To do nothing, in this context, means to stop interfering. It means to cease the frantic checking, the endless searching, and the obsessive second-guessing. It means you are no longer operating from a state of lack, but from a state of knowing. When you feel the urge to make something happen, to push, to force, or to control the outcome, you are telling reality that you don't have what you want. You are screaming to the universe, "I lack." And reality, being the perfect mirror that it is, will simply reflect that lack back to you. Think about it this way: when you've ordered something online and you get the shipping confirmation, do you keep calling the company every hour to ask if it's on its way? Do you run to the window every 5 minutes to check for the delivery truck? Of course not. You go on with your day because you have an absolute, unwavering knowing that it is on its way. You are in a state of relaxed certainty. That is the energy of doing nothing. But believe everything. This is the other side of the coin. That nothing you do on the outside is only possible because of that everything you believe on the inside. You must cultivate a deep, unshakable faith that your desire is already fulfilled. This isn't a flimsy hope, it is a solid, concrete conviction. It's the difference between saying, "I hope it works out," and "I know it's going to work out." This internal belief is the engine that drives your reality. It's what Neville Goddard was referring to when he spoke of the feeling of the wish fulfilled. This feeling isn't a momentary burst of optimism, it is a sustained state of consciousness. It's the silent, confident hum of your being that says, "It is done." When you truly believe it, you don't need external validation. You don't need signs, confirmations, or proof. The very act of needing proof is an admission that you don't believe it's already a fact. So, in every moment, you are making a choice. Are you choosing to live in the state of having, or the state of wanting? The former leads to effortless creation, the latter leads to endless chasing. Deconstructing that nothing, in practice. Let's be honest, do nothing can sound intimidating and even counterintuitive. Our entire society is built on the idea that effort equals reward. But once you understand what nothing truly entails, you'll see it as the most powerful and strategic action you can take. It's a complete mental and energetic shift. The mental shift, from lack to abundance. The first part of doing nothing is the internal work. It's about managing the constant mental chatter that seeks to pull you back into the state of lack. That little voice that says, "Wait, what if it doesn't work, or maybe I should try one more thing." Your job is to simply observe that voice without reacting to it. You don't argue with it, you don't fight it. You just recognize it as a ghost from your old state of being. Think of yourself as a detective of your own mind. When a thought of doubt arises, simply notice it, like a cloud passing in the sky. You don't have to follow the cloud, you don't have to analyze it, and you certainly don't have to believe it. You just let it pass. By refusing to engage with the doubt, you starve it of energy and reinforce your true state of knowing. This is an active form of mental discipline that creates the internal space for your manifestation to enter. The physical application: inspired action versus frantic effort. Doing nothing does not mean sitting on the couch and waiting for $1 million to fall from the sky. It means you stop taking actions driven by desperation and start taking actions driven by inspiration. Manifesting a job. If you're looking for a new career, frantic effort looks like this: sending out 100 generic resumes, constantly checking for replies, and feeling anxious with every passing day. The energy is one of neediness. The doing nothing approach looks like this: you get into the state of already having the job. You feel the peace and confidence of a successful career. Then, an intuitive nudge tells you to refine your resume in a specific way or to reach out to a contact you hadn't thought of. You take this action not out of fear, but from a place of inspired knowing. The action is effortless because it's in alignment with your inner state. Manifesting a relationship, chasing looks like endlessly swiping on dating apps, obsessing over who texts you back, and trying to mold yourself into what you think someone else wants. The energy is one of seeking validation. The doing nothing approach is entirely different. You step into the state of being a whole, happy person. You are at peace and content on your own. You trust that the right person will be effortlessly drawn to your complete energy. You stop looking, and instead, you live. And that's when you find someone who is a perfect match, without even trying. In both cases, you stop pushing against the current and learn to flow with it. Your actions are no longer about trying to get something, but about moving in a way that is consistent with already having it. This is the ultimate form of effortless living. The moment of breakthrough. After you have mastered these principles, stopping the chase, surrendering the timeline, and embracing the calm of doing nothing, the moment of manifestation will arrive. And it will almost always come in a way you never could have predicted. It will feel less like a dramatic breakthrough and more like a quiet, effortless alignment. The phone call you weren't expecting comes in. The email you hadn't checked holds the good news. The person you weren't looking for appears. The promotion you were not obsessing over is suddenly offered to you. Why does it feel so natural and easy? Because you allowed it. You got out of the way. Reality isn't just a fixed set of circumstances, it is a canvas that responds to the masterpiece you are creating inside. When you stop drawing lines of limitation and fear, the universe has the freedom to paint its own perfect picture, one that is often more beautiful and more aligned than anything you could have imagined. The manifestation isn't a reward for your hard work, it is a direct confirmation of your internal state. It is the external world catching up to the internal reality you have already created. Conclusion: the power of allowing. Here's the truth: life doesn't reward effort, it rewards alignment. Effort, as we've been taught to see it, is often a product of struggle. It's the frantic energy of pushing a boulder up a hill. Alignment, on the other hand, is the feeling of that same boulder effortlessly rolling down the hill. It's moving with the energy, not against it. You can spend years pushing, or you can take a moment to understand the true direction of the flow. You don't have to force. You don't have to chase. You don't have to beg for signs or obsess over timelines. Forcing comes from a place of fear and doubt. It says, I don't believe this is possible, so I must make it happen. Chasing says, I am not worthy of this, so I must go out and prove myself. Begging for signs says, I don't trust the process, so I need external validation. All of these are states of lack that keep your desires at arm's length. You only have to step into the state of already having it. And when you do, reality will bend to match you. This is the entire secret. Your imagination is the only true creative power in the universe. Everything in your reality is a reflection of your state of being. When you change your internal state, when you truly feel what it's like to have what you want, your external world has no choice but to rearrange itself to reflect that new truth. The world is a mirror, and you are its image. So now the question is simple. Will you keep chasing and waiting? Or will you choose to allow, and let everything you want begin chasing you?